Good afternoon, everybody. It is Monday, October 6th, and it's getting towards the evening time. Not quite evening time yet, but late afternoon. And just to give you an update, I guess I got cornered this morning into a verbal conversation with the person that I've been vlogging about. They insisted on checking in, and yeah, what I don't like about that is that I feel like I was already clear that I'm not good with verbal gymnastics and all the things, and I felt like my vlogs kind of are saying what needs to be said, and I feel like the person maybe was trying to apologize, but then it came with a bunch of like, I'm sorry, but type of thing, or I'm sorry, but then here's how you, Nicole, didn't understand what was going on and all the things. So the only thing I guess I want to say to that is that this is not new. Friday was just the straw that broke the camel's back. Several months ago, I had a situation where this person ghosted me so bad that it almost had some serious financial implications. And so this frustration is not a new frustration. I understand that maybe because I hadn't voiced it before in a way that this person could understand it, that maybe they didn't realize that it's a problem, but it's been a problem for a while. So anyway, I do appreciate that they reached out and tried to resolve it in the way that they wanted to, in a method that they're comfortable with, so that they could say everything that they needed to say. But for me, vlogging, written communication, those kinds of things, I'm able to regulate my emotions better. I'm able to pause. I'm able to think about things. I'm able to not be verbally explosive, which I don't enjoy. And the person was respectful. I'll give him that. And so there was no disrespect in terms of the tone or anything like that. But I just feel like it's like, yeah, learn to listen, and learn to listen and read, and stop performing ghosting behavior. And we'll probably be on a better accord and a better foot in the future. And I want to say that I did actually say that I wasn't ready to have any kind of verbal conversation, and they still went in and gave me the whole verbal rundown of what they had to say. It was kind of like, well, I know you don't like to do verbal, but let me say what I have to say. So I let them say it, and I didn't respond or say anything. It was just like, okay, you got what you had to say, and I hear you. And what I said all weekend and what I've been saying still stands. And this is why I pulled back. And I've been pulled back for months, and maybe they just haven't noticed because they've been too busy in their own world. And again, like I said, maybe I just don't matter sometimes. I'm not saying that that's always the case, but if you're just now noticing that I pulled back, well, wow. But anyway, that's all I have to say. Have a good evening. Okay. So I also want to say that it's interesting because I don't know how to pronounce her name, but Nedra Tawwab, she has a book called Boundaries, and I haven't read the book, but I do sometimes get notifications because I follow her on Instagram and Threads and all the things. And so today, while I was out eating dinner, she says I was going to call it a tweet, but it's not a tweet, it's a thread. She said, some people will try everything, convincing others of their side of the story, lying and gaslighting, but they won't be accountable and apologize. And I'm not necessarily saying that that's what's going to happen in this case, or that's what this person is doing to me, because I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying that I have seen this person have some complications with people about, or complaints about people who have said some things related to this person's behavior. And so I feel like it's a little bit of a pattern that the person may be not aware that they have this pattern. And so what I'm saying is that I've heard this person who I got mad at this weekend. I've heard this person complain about other people saying, hey, you didn't respond to blah, blah, blah. And then her saying, with exasperation, an excuse or a reason as to why she didn't respond. And again, like I said in my other vlogs, I understand that this person is busy and has a lot of responsibility. I totally get that. So I'm not trying to make this person into a bad person, wrong in any way or whatever. It's just what I said over the weekend of like, that's why I pulled back and have not been spending as much time with you and not doing the things that I did before, because I don't like the way I'm being treated. So like I said, I'm not trying to make anybody bad or wrong. I'm just asserting my boundaries and how I want to be treated and what kind of energy I want to be around. So I think I said it all, because, I did try to set a boundary saying I don't want to do the verbal thing, and they proceeded to do that anyway. So it's still also like boundaries, sis, boundaries.